Hello everyone. So today what we shall do is that paragraph wise, whichever chapters are there in your syllabus, paragraph wise we shall have a discussion and minute to minute details I shall be telling you so that you can note it down or you can also remember it while you are reading all these texts. One morning we found a full-fledged baby spotted owlet. So here the type of the owlet has been said, it was a spotted owlet. And who saw it first? Grandfather. And then here you can see that here you will be seeing that where it was fallen near the baranda steps. Then first how did it react? It hissed and clacked its bill. And what was the things which were given to it in its meal? It was given raw meat and water. Then spotted owlet have been compared with which bird here? It has been compared with to myna and has none of the threatening appearance of the larger owl. So these are the small owlets. So they are not having that frightening or the threatening appearance of a full-grown owl. Here you can see that where they can be found. They can be found near the mango tree or the tamarind tree. So here another thing is given, inquiring face. That is another question which is given in your in-text question. Why inquiring? When somebody is tapping on the log of the tree or on the any part of the tree. So what you are doing, the hole which it has made on the tree, you are just persuading it, or you are just making it agree to show its face, to inquire. By inquiring face, because it will be having a questioning face. What is the question? That why are you tapping on the log of the tree? Do you think owlet was happy or scared when grandfather first picked it up? We will be saying that it was scared because it hissed and clacked its bill. Then here you are seeing all these things are there. Then coming to the next page, next paragraph. The bird owlets or these owlets are not afraid of man or not strictly a night bird. So all these owls, we know these are the nocturnal animals, but here it has been said that strictly it is not the. Mostly we will be treating it as a night bird, but a few or rare cases we can say that it is not strictly a night bird, but it prefers to stay at home during the day. It's not like that mandatorily it doesn't stay means inside during the day and comes out at the night time. It's not like that. Here what the narrator is saying is that it prefers, that is its liking. So it's not like that mandatorily or in its characteristic it is there. It's not like that. Rather, it likes to stay indoor during the day. Then the little owlet was quite happy under my bed. So where was it taking the rest? Under the bed of the narrator. And the following day, again the next day, the second owlet came, and from where it had come from the roof where the rainwater pipe had emerged, and we took the second owlet, and here you can find that the sounds of the owl has been given, crooning sound and the gargling sound, and we will be finding that the mother owl, it gave them a dead mouse to eat, because it thought that the narrator's family must not be feeding them properly, so it gave some food to its babies. So the young birds grew well, and after 10 days, remember these minute to minute details I have said. So after how many days? After 10 days, the narrator and his grandfather, they took them to the garden. Because they had in mind that they will be releasing them. No more they will be kept in the narrator's house. Rather, they will be released on that day, because they thought these are enough grown up, so now they can manage their own living. But what happens? Here the mother owl comes, and it thinks that the narrator and the grandfather, they must be doing some harm to its babies. So it attacked them. It gave a heavy blow to the narrator, and when it went to attack grandfather, he ran away. and escaped. So here is the swooped down. You should remember the meaning. Swooped down means coming down in a speedy manner, coming down very speedily. When a bird comes down very speedily, we call it swoop. So all these things are there, and where was it placed? It was placed under the mango tree. All these things are there, and coming to the next paragraph, surroundings show that the mother owlets, it came the next day. It was near the bird birth, 10 years away. 10 years away. I got the feeling that she was sorry for her behavior the previous day, because she greeted us with a soft hoo-hoo. So what was the greeting sound? Hoo-hoo sound. Okay, but when it was anxious, when it was restless, whether its babies are being taken care of or not, so that time it made the sound of crooning and gargling. Okay, now there is an unselfish mother for you. Who is the speaker? Grandfather is the speaker. It's obvious you would like them to have a good home. Again, grandfather is the speaker, and they are here. You can see she would like them to have a good home. Here she refers to the mother owl, and they probably getting, and they refer to the small owlets, 2 owlets, getting a bit too big for her to manage. So they are growing up so faster. They are becoming so larger that the mother owl won't be able to take proper care of them. So the 2 owlets became regular members of the household, and strangely enough were among the few pets that grandmother took a liking to. So here this line also has been given in your exercise. So and strangely enough, why strangely enough? And here the narrator is trying to say grandmother was very much choosy regarding the matter of pets. Means which pet she will be keeping at home, which she won't keep at home, which she would like as a member of the family, and which one she wants to drive it away. So there was a liking. We can find that when that python was brought in the python story, if you go through, you will be finding that grandmother was very much unhappy, very much angry when she saw that grandfather has brought the snake. So this way, grandmother was very much choosy while in the matter of pets, or matter of keeping pets. So she liked few, and she disliked many. So this was there. That is why it has been said that strangely enough, okay, towards anyone in petticoat, including Aunt Mabel. So somebody who will be dressed up like grandmother, the owlets will think that it is grandmother, and they will be showing sort of respect, and also they will be making the soothing sound for that person. She would run shrieking from the room every time one of the birds went closer to her in a friendly manner. So Aunt Mabel, I have said, she was the one who disliked the owlets, and she was rather scared of the owlets. She didn't like the owlets. So here you can find that the only one family member who didn't like the owlets, and when one of the owlets, they came to Aunt Mabel in a very friendly manner, she would rather run away from that place, and she will be screaming, she will be shouting, she will be in a totally frightened condition, you can say. She was very much afraid of them. In response to grandmother's voice, the owlets would make some soothing sound, and that when they will be seeing some wild owls outside, when there will be some wild owls, or you can say the outside owls, so they will be making, means the owls which are kept at the narrator's home, these 2 owlets, they will be making huge sounds, and they will be disturbing them throughout the night. They will be disturbing the family members throughout the night. The nightly occupation was catching beetles. Nightly occupation means at night their duty or their work was to catch the beetles. Beetles are, I have shown you in the video, that black color, one kind of, you can say one kind of worm or one kind of insect. So with which the kitchen quarters were infested. Infested actually means damaged, but here we can say they were plenty in numbers. So the beetles were so many in numbers. I've said infested means damaged, but here infested has been taken as so many in number. plenty in numbers. So they were many in numbers, and they were damaging the kitchen quarters with their sharp eyes, and powerful beaks. So this is one characteristic, one physical description of the owlets. They had sharp eyes and they had powerful beaks. They were excellent pest destroyer. Pest, pest, I have said, these worms or bugs, these insects, these are called pest. Pest destroyer. Destroyer means somebody who will destroy them. You know that pesticides are given while farming or while in the agricultural work. The farmers, they use pesticide just to kill the pest which will be destroying their crops. So here you can see that pest destroyer means those insects or those worms. So the owlets were killing them. So the owlets were destroying them. The owls love to sit and splash. So it was very much fond of having a bath, and it was they were loving it for not only for once, rather they will be going there for thrice. Okay, looking back to those owlish days, this is another important thing you all are again and again asking, because I have many times I have explained. Owlish day is not, you will not be finding that the meaning in your dictionary. The expression has been used by the narrator and it has been created by him also. Means what owlish day here means, owl, from the word owl. Owl is a noun, and from here the adjective has been made owlish. Okay. Now here owlish day means what? That for those time period, for that specific, maybe it was how many months, that has not been mentioned, or maybe 1 year or 2 years. So that particular duration of time for which the owlets were there in the narrator's family. So that time period is being called owlish days. Okay. Owlish day here means the time period or that specific, what you can say, the duration of time for which the owlets were there in the narrator's family. Okay. So looking back to those owlish day, the narrator is remembered of what? That when grandmother used to sleep, the owlet will go and will snuggle its nose, snuggle its head, and will be snoring. Snuggling means will be pushing its head in a very, to get a very cozy, comfortable position, and it will be snoring. Snoring means making nasal sound when somebody is in deep sleep, and that nasal sound is made. So this is there in your chapter, the owls in the family. Now coming to the next chapter, My Books. My Books is a poem where the narrator, where the speaker is very much fond of reading books, and here you can find the mention of queens, fairies, knights and gnomes. Knights are the medieval warriors. They used to ride on the horses and they used to bravely fight with the enemy camp. So they were very much brave, they were very much courageous. These knights and gnomes are the tiny creatures or the dwarf-like creatures, or you can say are the very short-heighted creature who are believed to be the guardians or who guard the underground wealth or the treasure of the earth. So queens, you know the meaning. Fairies, fairy tales you have read. So these are there. Now I love my books, they are the homes. I have said this one is metaphor because at home we live. Similarly, these characters are also found in the pages of a book. It is as if that page is the living place for those characters. So that is why the speaker is saying that they are the homes of queen and fairies and knights and gnomes. Okay, G will be silent, gnomes will be pronounced. Now here, each time I read, I make a call on some quaint person. I make a call on some quaint person, on some strange person. It may be large person, it may be small person. So large and small here means you can say the taller and the tinier. Who welcomes me with hearty hand. Hearty hand means with a very welcoming heart, or that gesture where we can see that friendly gesture or that welcoming gesture should be there, which will be very much hearty, which will be very much that person will be gladly welcoming. and leads me through his wonderland. Wonderland, the land where full of wonderful things or adventurous things or interesting things. Each book is like a city street. Again, simile. So in the city street, we can find that the street from one point it has got diverged into many directions. And if you take one particular way, you will be meeting some new people. If you take another particular way, you will be meeting some other new people or some strange persons. So similarly, when you read, when you go through a book, you will be meeting with different kind of new characters, and it is like as if you are walking in the city street. I meet new friends. New friends means the new characters with whom the speaker will be getting acquainted or getting introduced to, and old who love and sing and take me off adventuring. And I always make the new friends or the old friends whom I will be meeting, and they will take me off adventuring. They will be taking me to those adventurous experience, for those adventurous experience. Okay, now coming to the last one which you have is circus elephant. So here you need to remember alliteration, dark and dreadful hit. This part is alliteration. You remember alliteration where we find that in a particular sentence the words are getting started, words which are very closely placed. They are getting started with the same beginning letter and also the same beginning sound. So here you can find dark and dreadful. D is the letter which is being repeated, the beginning letter, and also it is getting started with the same sound. Does the elephant remember in grey light before the dawn? Dawn is the time before the morning. So it also tells us about, you will be finding two expressions, old noise and long gone morning. Morning which are long gone means it tells us about the remote past, and old noise also tells us about the remote past. The past days when the elephant used to be in the jungle. Does the elephant remember the cry of the hungry beast? Cry here doesn't mean weeping or tears will not be there. Cry here means the high-pitched sound of the hungry beast, of the wild animals. The tiger, the leopard, the lion at his feast. Feast means the grand meal, when they will be taking their meal or when they will be eating the flesh of any particular animal or something. So that time, the spectacular scenario that the speaker is trying to say, that whether the elephant has remembered that particular scenario or not. Do his mighty eardrums. Mighty eardrums, I have said, mighty means strong, and eardrums is a place or is the eardrums through which the sound enters into your mind. But here it has been used not in a literal sense. Here mighty eardrums means large ears or the enormous size of the ears. For the thunder of the feet of the buffalo and zebra. When buffalo and zebras, they will be running or they will be moving here and there in the jungle, the sound it produces, their footsteps produce the sound. So the speaker is questioning or having the question whether the elephant has remembered that sound or not. Does His Majesty, I have said, His Majesty is a kind of a respect or is an address which is given to a king in order to give him respect. So does His Majesty, so here the elephant is being treated with a kingly ambience, or he is being given the respect of a king, though we know elephant is not the king of the jungle, but here the speaker is, where the poet is giving him that kind of a respect as if it is a royal animal. And does he steer himself and dream? When it is sleeping, does it flip this side and that side and think? Or when it is in a very deep slumber, when it is in a very deep sleep, whether it flips its body and thinks of the long forgotten music which used to be produced by the flowing of the stream. Okay, so these are there forgotten. Why? Because it also again tells us about the remote past when the elephant used to be in the jungle, but it has gone long days that it has come to the circus company. So these are there. I think many times I have explained. So you watch this video and get all your doubts clarified, so that we can have a question answer session in your live class. Okay, so whichever you will be finding that at least 3-4 videos on the same chapters here, revision, while we are doing 2-3 videos are there on the revision. So you just watch them, and from there you collect whatever doubts you are having, you get it clarified. Okay, so that we can have a question answer session in your live class. So that's all for today. Have a very nice day.